Welcome back to Die Rollin. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and I am the game master for Shiver the role-playing game. This is part 2. Hopefully you've listened / watched part 1, and yeah, join us at the online table as we play Shiver the role-playing game.
As you close the door, you both hear the shattering of glass. Chester, could you do a smarts check for me as you're running through the cornfields, trying to make sure you're going in the right direction?
I've got nothing left. That's 0 success on strange.
Okay, you keep running in the direction you think is the way to the van. Okay, after a few minutes, you come into a clearing. The clearing looks very familiar. This is where the scarecrow was.
I'm going to put one of my hands over my face and then brush the sweat off it, look behind me, try and get my bearings again as to where we came in.
Okay, do a smarts check for me.
Do it again. I am 0 for 0.
Okay. You have no fucking clue of where you've come from or where you're going. You couldn't tell where the farmhouse is from your position or where the road is from your position. So you can't even remember which way you just came. Can you just do a wits check for me quickly?
Wits?
Yep. I just like getting you to roll dice. It's fun.
Fun. I have 2 successes, 0 strange. Ooh, I'm going to bank that look.
Okay, up ahead of you, you can hear rustling of something coming closer towards you.
From straight on?
Yeah.
Roughly. I will do... I'll use my camouflage trait to try and hide.
Okay.
Get down low, hunker down, and back up from the clearing. Stick to the edge so I can see what is coming in.
Excellent. Okay, right. Well, I get to do an opposed check because as you kind of cover yourself up and you get on the ground, you see a human shape made from old Saxon clothes stuffed with straw. You notice glinting where the hand should be 2 little sickles. So that's fun. Do with that information what you will. And
I got a good one.
So for your camouflage, could you roll a wits check for me?
Okay. This one gives me a +1 to do it. 3 success, 0 strange.
Okay. You're crouched down, and this creature stops about 2 feet away from where you're standing. One of its sickle hands comes up to its chin and it starts scraping away at it. It's looking confused. And it starts running full pelt into the corn and disappears.
Do I take it and see which direction it's gone in? I'll wait for a moment and then I'm going to slowly move towards the opposite direction it went in and head that way.
To the opposite direction. Perfect. Okay, so Chester just waits a second and then runs off in the direction that it had come from. Right, so you're standing outside a door, Elise and DP. And of course, Colin. What would you like to do?
I suggest we go back downstairs. I don't know what that was, but it's in that room. And it can't be good.
I guess it's too late to get the wrench. I didn't pick it up, and I should have done.
Oh no! I thought you'd picked up the wrench, so you have the wrench.
Oh, you did.
Yep.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, great. Should I write that down somewhere? Is that does that count as a weapon?
It is a weapon. Yeah. So you have a wrench, and it does 2 blunt damage, and it's using smarts.
Cool.
You get to add talent dice to your dice pool when you're repairing vehicles. So it helps you when you're trying to fix things. Specifically vehicles.
Yes, great. All right. Yeah, I'm on board with going downstairs.
Yeah, so you're both up for going downstairs. As you reach the
And reminding everyone to skip over the
skip
broken
over that.
stair.
Colin nearly won it, of course, but you're able to like pull him across. You get to the bottom of the stairs, and from the sitting room you hear another smash of glass,
God.
and you hear a door opening.
Oh shit!
A door opening from upstairs. Do either of you want to look to see where that noise came from?
I mean, at this point, I'm assuming it's the scarecrows.
I'm going to keep I'm focused on upstairs.
Tunnel vision.
So, yeah.
Okay,
because I know there's a threat coming from that direction. Mind you, I mean, there's a threat coming from the other direction as well.
So you're looking up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah.
So, standing at the top of the stairs now is a scarecrow dressed in regular people's clothes. It has 2 button eyes. It has a large grin on its face. And where its hand should be, one of them is like a trowel, and the other one is like a kind of garden fork. And its head kind of cocks to one side, looks down at the stairs, then looks over the wall, and then begins to climb on the wall like a spider and moves down the wall towards you.
Oh shit.
Izzy, at this point, you're going to have to do a fear check because it reminds you of the movement of a spider. So you need to do a strange check for me, please.
Okay, that's very good. I mean, it's not, but you know, it's.
I'm just pissed off about my plan not working.
Yeah, but it works on 2 levels, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so strange. 0 successes and 0 strange.
Okay, right. So, DP, you kind of turn around to see if Elise can see the same thing you can see. Elise is not here anymore. She is, she's there in body, but she's clearly suffering with something. So, can you please move your fear status up to afraid, Elise?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I've got an ability here.
What?
Snap out of it.
Okay.
So I can re-roll. Is that right? It says I may re-roll any heart symbols rolled.
So did you roll any heart symbols on your fear check? Do you know?
Oh God, I don't know. I've already dismissed it. Okay, maybe I'll use that another time. So I'll just move it up to afraid.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what afraid means is you succumb to fear as it invades your mind. When you are afraid, you temporarily lose 1 core skill point from every core skill. So essentially, all those dice you've got at the top, all those values, are now reduced by 1.
Does that happen automatically? Because
Yeah.
I've changed my skill. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, automatically. So yeah, you're.
Do you want me to do mine as well, Adam? Sorry.
No, you're pretty.
I'm still
you're pretty
alright.
freaked out by this.
Well, I'm not all right, but
there isn't a loud noise that's set you off to flashbacks.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's more, Elise's personal trauma from that time when she fell into a pit of spiders, or just something that she witnessed as a kid that just stuck with her. So we're going to be going into combat in a minute, but before we go to that, we're going to Chester, who is running through the corn. And Chester, can you do a smarts check for me? There's an echo out here in the corn. Me getting you to keep rolling smarts checks.
Smart check. So 2. Can't see. That'll be just a strange.
Just a strange. Okay. Right. In that case, you've been going through the corn for a while, and you come out into a clearing. The clearing looks very familiar. For 5 minutes, you are back at where the scarecrow was. Where would you like to go?
I'm going to count 3 stems of corn back, and I'm going to cut a chunk out of it,
This
and then
guy.
I'm going to go straight forward and start running again.
Okay. So yeah, you're about to run. You think a minute, and you're like, wait a minute, and then you make a mark so you can find your way. Excellent. So you're running along through the corn again. Right. Meanwhile, in the farmhouse, so combat you can do 2 different ways in this game. We're going to play a bit more fluid. So I'm not going to be saying, well, you're 5 feet away from this monster, and I think you'll find you're going to need to roll. No. So you've got to tell me what you want to do, and then I'll tell you what you need to roll, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. So be as descriptive as you like about what you would like to happen during this combat. And as long as it doesn't break the game, I'm more than happy to, just go with it. So there is a straw boy who is kind of on the wall. He's very close to where you currently are, DP. There's an order in combat, so we have people who go first, people who go in the middle, and people who go last. By people, I mean you guys and scarecrow things. So we're going to say that DP, you're a vet. You're pretty freaked out. There's a fucking scarecrow crawling on the wall. But from how you've been playing this game, I don't know whether you actually think this is a scarecrow or just someone dressed up as a scarecrow. But
I'm gonna throw the apple at them.
So you're gonna go first in this, okay? I'm gonna say the spidery scarecrow guy is gonna go in the middle, and then Izzy, you're gonna go last just because you're kind of panicking.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, last as well is going to be whatever that other noise was of the glass shattering in the living room, which is currently, if you're looking at the stairs, it's currently to your left. Okay, so what would you like to do, DP?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I know it's obviously not just someone dressed up as a scarecrow now because it's crawling on the wall.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know what it is, and yeah, I'm gonna throw the apple at it, try and hit it straight in the head.
Okay. Can you do? Yeah.
I've got a thing here. I don't know if I can do this now. I've got a thing where I can give a target ally +1 talent dice for their next skill check. Can I do that?
So you'll be able to do that when it gets around to your turn. So you're going last, so you can do that. So you can basically cheer him on as he throws various different fruit and veg at the scarecrow people. Okay, so yeah, if you could roll a wits for me, DP, as you're trying to throw this thing.
That is 1 success and 0 strange.
Okay, so you throw this thing at this scarecrow. Are you aiming for its head?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so you hit the scarecrow squarely in the head, and the apple bounces
with an
off.
apple.
Yeah, the apple bounces off of it. And it comes for you. It jumps. It kind of does this like.
I'll bet it does.
Little twizzle in the air, and it's going to attack you with its trowel hand.
Okay.
Okay, and it hits you for 3 damage.
3. Right, I've got a counter. Let me just. I've got a counter attack as well, so I'm going to do that. So when hit by attack, roll grit with, what's this, CR?
That's challenge rating.
So. Okay. Oh, CR is the enemy's CR. Okay, so I'll just do a grit roll and then you tell me if I've counter-attacked or not. That's not a good roll. My grit roll was 1 success and 3 strange.
Okay. And you're hitting it with your knife, right?
The knife, yeah. So I do, if successful, deal half weapon damage to enemy.
Okay, so that's only 1 damage, right?
So that's just 1, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
but it's better than nothing, isn't it?
So
I took 3, yeah?
Yeah, it took 3. So you feel a sharp pain as the trowel slices across your chest, and you manage to kind of nick its hand as it's pulling away with your knife. And some straw just kind of falls out. At least you snap out of this. You're suddenly aware that, oh fuck, there's a scarecrow person attacking DP. What would you like to do?
So I'll use my inspire thing, so I can give DP 1 talent point dice for their next skill check.
Amazing.
I remember that.
So what is Elise doing like in the actual? So are you kind of just cheering him on there from the bottom of the stairs? Are you going, "You can do it, DP"?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. You hear the door to the sitting room open slowly, and turning around, you see a scarecrow wearing a dress, and at the end of her hands are 2 sickles. Right, Chester, could you please roll a smarts check for me? And you can add a dice to this one. You get an advantage, so it's another skill dice.
Right. So, well, I'll convert that luck into a success. So just 1 success, 0 strange.
The corn parts, and you come out to a road. Looking down the road, you can see quite a far way to the left is the shape of a van.
I will head towards it, but I'm going to stick to the middle of the road.
Okay, so you stay in the middle of the road, you go down to there, and you come up there. There's no lights on inside.
As I get close, bang on the bonnet, try and wake Felmer up. Felmer, wake up.
You hear no reply.
I open the...
So you go
I'm
around.
assuming... Cool. I'm assuming I'm coming towards the front of it.
Yeah,
so
you're coming towards the front.
I'll open the passenger door. Any sign of a...
Okay, so the light comes on as you open it, and there is no one inside. Do a wits check for me, please.
You and your dice roll.
I know.
I have 1 success. I've got a luck as well, so I might as well just cash that in to make it 2
this guy.
successes.
Big spender. So yeah, you there's no sign of her in here, but you do notice quite a bit of straw in the passenger seat.
Right.
So, DP, that you're on the kind of the bottom of the stairs, and there is a very vicious fork / trowel wielding scarecrow kid.
Well, I'm going to sort of quickly just shout to Elise and say, "Just quick, get upstairs," and I'm going to attack the one that's attacking me with my knife.
Okay, do a grit check for me.
I also didn't actually. Before we did that, I've just realised I've got the tough skill. When I'm hit by an attack, I should roll a skill dice for each grit rolled, reduce damage by 1. So I should have done that last time to take some damage off. But I'm not sure how. It just says roll a skill dice, so just 1.
Yeah, so I think it's for every hit.
Okay.
Right, so you've got 3 damage coming through. It makes sense you'd roll 3 skill dice, and for every hit fist you get, you ignore one of those because you're pretty tough.
Let me just adjust that then. Hang on. I'd have rolled once. That would have taken 1 damage off.
Okay, so you only took 2 damage. Perfect. Right, and get ready to hit him as hard as you can with your knife.
Yeah, with my knife. So let's put that back up to 5. And roll. 2 successes, 0 strange.
Perfect. Okay, so
you used your extra talent as well.
Oh, I've got to use my extra talent dice, have I? Oh. Okay, so that was 0 strange. Let me just roll it again. And that's 0 strange again.
Okay. Right, so yeah, you definitely hit him. Yeah, so you've done a critical hit here.
Ooh, nice.
So you basically bash this guy to the ground, and he's now prone, which is pretty good because he's a lot easier to take out.
Cool. Can I run upstairs now that I've done that?
So you had enough time.
Can you only move before?
You had enough time just to tell Elise to get upstairs before you then stabbed this guy, knocked him over, and he kind of explodes into a bunch of of straw and hay, but he's still kind of moving around underneath you.
Yeah.
So he goes for your shins. Because why wouldn't you, right? When it rains.
Exactly.
So he's attacking you, and no, he misses. So he swipes away at you. Izzy, Elise, there is a female-looking scarecrow standing right next to you with sickles for hands. DP's shouting at you to get upstairs, and you can just see the spidery scarecrow thing is just kind of on the floor and in a pretty bad state. What would you like to do?
Yeah, okay. I'll try and go for the scarecrow that's still standing with my knife.
Okay. Right. So if you roll grit for me.
Okay. Oh dear. Naught successes, too strange.
So you swipe at her, but she moves back, and as you do that, she attacks you and misses completely. Okay, Doddy, you're at this empty van, straw everywhere. What do you want to do?
I don't know if we brought a spare fuel with us or a jerry can, so I'll quickly have a quick look.
Okay, so you open up the side of the van, and at the back is a spare jerry can.
Is there anything in it?
Yeah, it's full. It's full, and you remember the last time you guys stopped off, which was quite a while ago now. Thelma saying to Colin, "We should fill this up just in case."
Okay. Is there? Okay, what I'm going to do is cut away one of the seat belts and then rig like a backpack for it so it goes on my back.
This guy. I mean, extra points for that. That's pretty cool. So you fasten this jerry can to your back, and thinking, oh man, this is, it's pretty dangerous doing this, but there's the more dangerous things out there. Thank God they don't have a gun. So you're all fully loaded, and I assume you're running back into the corn.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, none of us have smoked, are they? Given it's 1970s, everyone smokes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check the glove compartment for a lighter, just in case.
So you look in the glove compartment, and there is a lighter and a torch.
Oh, a torch as well.
A torch. Oh, that's
It was like, oh wait, torches, they exist.
Torch, I'll have that, and I'll have lighter. I will. There's two ways I can do this. I can do this normally, come back, try and fill up the car, or I can punch holes into the bottom of this jerry can, run through the cornfield, and then just set fire to it all.
So you're going to set fire to the cornfield as you go, or are you going to try and fill the car up?
I'll go for the car.
Okay. There's always Plan B, right?
There's always Plan B. Burn it down. Yeah.
Perfect. Do you want to get your bearings before you go, or just run?
I want to get my bearings before I go, so I'll kind of step into the passenger side and use my foot onto the seat so I can just peer up, see if I can see the farmhouse.
Okay, right. So you do that, and you can see the farmhouse just because there's a light there. So you know which direction to run in.
I'll take a deep breath, and then that's it. I'm going to beeline it straight away.
Okay, so the camera just leaves him running through the corn after a deep breath. And then we return to the combat. So, DP, you are standing over the body of a squirming scarecrow thing.
Well, because that one's on the floor, and so he's less of an immediate threat, I'm going to change focus to the one that's attacking Elise at this point.
Okay.
And go for that.
Go for it then.
Oh, Christ. That would be 0 successes and 5 strange.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Oh God, guys, it's getting close. You're nearly a quarter past. So you completely miss. So you nearly hit Elise in your rushed attempt to try to get to the scarecrow lady. The creature on the floor crawls itself towards you, using the trowel and the forks to drag what's left of his body towards the both of you. Izzy, DP nearly hit you with a knife, and you've got this scarecrow thing coming at you from the front, and there's also a scarecrow thing crawling along the floor towards you. You're deadly aware of all three of these threats.
Okay. So this might be super dumb, but can I like ask the scarecrows what they want? Is that a thing or not?
I mean, you can do whatever you like to do. So do you want to kind of try and calm them down? Do you want to talk to them and just say, how are you feeling? What do you want to say to the scarecrows?
I want to say like, what do you want from us? Basically, like, what can we do for you to stop attacking us?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your beef? What's your beef with us?
Can you do a hearts check for me?
Okay.
Ooh.
Heart check. 2 successes, 1 strange.
Okay.
And it's got because I've got a talent for this one, so it's come up with like 2 talent things as well. But
Okay.
that's just normal, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. So
and I got a luck as well, like a luck symbol.
yeah, so you can bank that luck and you can use that later, or you can use that straight away to add a success.
Yeah, I would like to add a success, please. So that's 3 successes and 1 strange.
Perfect. Okay, so the good thing about strange is when you succeed, it doesn't add onto the clock. So you just turn to this female skeleton and keep saying skeleton, scarecrow, and you just say, "What do you want?" The scarecrow is about to stab you, and then just stops in disbelief that no one's ever done this before. No one's ever just spoke to this thing, so it stops its attack momentarily. Doddy, you're running through corn. DP.
Yeah.
That's it. You're running through corn. DP. So you've seen Elise just talk to this thing, and it looks confused, but it's still standing there with 2 sickles for hands.
I think I'm on instinct, so I would just carry on
Okay.
doing what I was doing. So yeah, just going to go for it again. So that's 1 success, 0 strange,
Okay. Yeah. So
and a luck. So I'm going to bank that.
okay. So you stab the creature in the side of its face. Its sack ripping slightly. Okay, so the one on the floor is moving slowly towards you both. Izzy.
So I will attack with my knife again.
Okay, roll for grit.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
By the way, talking to it is a very entertaining thing. If I was watching a film of this and a character just suddenly started talking to it, that's great. It's fantastic.
I mean, yeah.
I was imagining it was more of a shout. What do you want?
Yeah. I think it would be a bit more. Okay, so I've got 1 success, not strange.
Okay, right. So, you kind of slash at her, and some stuffing falls out of her as she kind of staggers back into the room that she came from. She's on the floor at the moment, and she slowly uses the table to pull herself up, and she's standing back in that room now. Doddy, you're running through corn. DP.
Like Theresa May, running through the fields of wheat. So the other one's gone into the. So okay, I'll refocus on the one. Is the other one still on the floor?
Yeah,
it
he's
is, isn't it?
right behind you now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going for that one then. And I got 0 successes and 2 strange, but I rolled a luck, and I've also got a luck from my previous roll, so I'll use those. So it's 2 successes and 2 strange.
Okay. So yeah, this thing just disintegrates on the floor. Just explosion of straw everywhere. It ceases to exist. It is an ex-scarecrow. Izzy, what would you like to do?
I'll try and hit the scarecrow again. So grit, roll grit again, is it?
Yeah.
1 success, not strange.
Okay, so you run into the room after it. You stab it in the side, and it's kind of doesn't make any noise, but you can imagine it would be screaming at this point as it staggers backwards and straw puffs out of its open wound.
Yeah, bitch.
I sort of want to take it prisoner and interrogate it.
Okay, it's coming for you, Izzy. And it hits you, and it does 3 damage.
Ooh.
Okay, so does that mean I have to write 3 things in my weakened bit? Is that yeah?
Yeah, just cross 3 out.
Doddy, you're running through corn, and you come outside the farmhouse. What would you like to do?
Is it all quiet?
You can see the front of the. Well, actually, no. You can hear like noises coming from inside, like a sound of a struggle. The front window is smashed in on the left-hand side, and yeah, that's what you can ascertain.
I'm going to pour a bit of petrol on the front of the corn and set fire to it.
Okay, cool. So you take a minute to just set fire to the front of the corn.
Yeah, enough's enough.
DP.
I'm going to rush in and try and finish this one off, I guess.
Finish her.
3 successes, 0 strange.
Okay. There's only a dress left of this thing now. It's completely just the 2 sickles are thrown either side of the room, narrowly missing Elise. It stabs into a family portrait behind her, and yeah, it ceases to move.
I'm going to pick the sickles up and keep one and give one to Elise.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Well, Elise has got a knife in one hand and a wrench in the other at the moment.
Oh, that's right. She's got the wrench. In that case, then I guess I'll just keep one of them.
Okay, it does 1 blunt damage.
It's 1 blunt. Yeah.
It's kind of broken, and
Yeah.
it's going to be using grit.
And 5 feet again, yeah. Cool.
Okay, so well done. You've successfully defended this attack of.
Actually, what did the other one have on its hands? It was a trowel, and what was the other thing?
Kind of fork, like a pitchfork.
Oh, I don't know. Would the pitchfork, the little mini pitchfork, be better?
Depends what you're doing with it. Gardening or.
Yeah, true. I'll keep the sickle. Okay,
right. Free sickle. Excellent. So, Izzy, can you roll a wits check for me?
Yeah. Naught.
Okay. You don't notice anything. Right, Doddy.
Yeah.
The corn is catching fire, and you're standing looking at the farmhouse. The barn is off to your right. What would you like to do?
Go for the group.
Okay. Yep. So, you going through the front door, or are you going through the side, or what are you up to?
Front door.
Okay. You try to open the door, and it does not budge. DP, you see the door is trying to open. The front door.
Who's there?
Let me in. Be quick.
Okay, and I'd quickly pull the chair away, open the door.
Okay, so Chester comes in. And Chester, what you see in front of you is DP with a kind of bloody slash against his chest. Elise is kind of standing there. She's a bit kind of shaken. Her normally very settled hair is a little kind of squiff. And throughout all of this, Colin was just kind of standing there, not knowing what to do. Everyone forgot about Colin. But yeah, you see Colin, white as a sheet, just kind of staring at you with a knife in his hand.
Oh yeah.
I'll run in. I'm just sweat is pouring off me. My shirt is absolutely drenched. I've got a jerry can on my back and the axe still in my hand with that knife still tucked into my belt. And I'm just there in the hallway, just catching my breath. And I'll just be like, she's gone.
What do you mean she's gone? Like, gone for help?
Like, no, as in, like, there's straw all over the van and she's gone, so I'm assuming that they took her, turned her, just to take her.
No, that can't be real. She's got to be here somewhere. We got to find her, guys.
I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. I reckon she's in the barn. And then I'll turn to, like, nod at Elise and look at DP and give him a wink. So the barn is, like, the best place to be. That's where the first port were.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm inclined to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
After all this. Screw the fruit. Let's just go.
So Chester, we found a wrench.
Excellent. I've got fuel for the car in the barn.
Okay, that's good. So I guess it's quicker to put the fuel in the car in the barn, but we might find scarecrows there. But also, if we try and get back to our car, then we might find scarecrows there as well. So yeah, it's probably better to go to the barn, isn't it?
Yeah, the cornfield like caught fire. I was running really fast. So anyway, the barn.
Wait, what? Is that what that smell is?
Everyone likes popcorn.
Yeah. I'm assuming that means there's plenty of light outside now, though.
Yeah, there's definitely a lovely, healthy glow coming in from outside now, guys.
What did you say? There's an old lady in here. Do you want to get her out, or?
I think she's. I think she's the only person who's actually safe at the moment. I don't think those scarecrows are going to go after her. Okay. Because everyone else around is dead, and if they were going to go after her, then she'd be gone. Or she'd be long dead already.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but yeah, she's all right. Well, she's not all right.
Okay, so you guys head into the barn.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I'll check the fire is taking to the
yeah. So you guys go out, and as you're going out, can Chester, can you roll a wits check for me? So I imagine you're the first one out.
Ooh, nice. 2 successes, and I got a look. I would have one back, so I'll turn that into 3 successes.
This guy's loving his successes. So Chester, you spot running towards the burning corn 2 scarecrow figures, a kind of smaller scarecrow and a larger scarecrow, and they're carrying a bucket between them and throwing water at this corn. They're completely oblivious to you being there, but these scarecrows seem to be very preoccupied with trying to put this corn out.
Is there any fuel left in the jerry can, or did you use it all?
I used a bit.
It's just a bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to pass DP the jerry can. I won't go fill the car, and then I'm going to run. When the scarecrows are running with the next pail of water, I'm going to run up and then try and use the axe to knock one of them into the fire.
Okay, so you're going to run out your way to get to them to do that. Do you want to head towards them and do that then?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, rugby tackle them. Okay, yeah, if you could do a wits check for me, see if you can kind of just speedily push him over. And Elise and DP, you're just kind of noticing he just pelts off towards one of these scarecrows. Like, it looks like a madman. He's got like a jerry can strapped to his back with a seatbelt and a fire axe in one hand.
I passed the jerry can to DP, told him to fill the car.
Yeah, I've got it. I'm running towards the bar.
Perfect.
All
so,
right.
Sans jerry can.
So that's one success with another luck and 0 strain, so I'll convert the luck again to another success.
Okay, so are you aiming for the smaller one or the larger one?
I'll go with the big one, may as well.
So you run full speed at this thing and you catch it off guard and knock this scarecrow into the flame. And
Nice.
if it could scream, it probably would. The smaller one, who was carrying this water with the larger one, can't hold up this kind of bucket on its own. It's got one trowel and one sickle for a hand, and it slips out of his hand, and you just see it trying to scoop the water into the corn with its trowel. DP and Elise and Colin, where you? So you guys are in the barn now?
Yes, we've made it to the barn, yeah.
So you run into the barn, and you see this car in there. There's a bit of a dent in the bonnet, but you think that's probably fine. And yeah, so you can start filling it up.
Go for it.
Elise, are you going to drive, or are you going to get Colin to do it whilst he's doing this, or where do you want to go in the car? You can go in the back seat, you can go in the front seat, or you can keep an eye out.
Well, I'm affected by fear still, so I feel like my endeavours, if I drive, it might put the whole group in danger. So I think it's maybe better, but I think Colin's a bit of a joker, so I would actually feel better if DP drove.
Okay.
Cool. So you going to climb into the back of the car or the front of the car?
I'll go in the front, in the passenger seat.
Okay, so you climb in, and as you're climbing in, you notice Colin walk past you and towards the one of these ladders, which is going towards the hayloft. And Colin starts climbing up. Thelma, are you up here? And he going up towards the hayloft.
And I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
Colin turns around and starts arguing with you. You don't know her. I've got to find her. She relies on me. Like, what would you do if it's someone you cared about was in here? There's goddamn fucking scarecrows going around here. I don't want them to kill Thelma. She's all I got. Well, this and Landshark.
Okay, Colin, you do you.
Yeah.
Okay, so DP, you're filling it up, and it's pretty much done at this point.
Cool. So I'm going to throw the jerry can in the back seat, get in the driver's seat.
Okay.
Grab Elise's hand and just turn the. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to look for some keys, aren't I?
Yeah, who's got the keys?
Yeah. Are the keys in there?
What did you do with the keys, Chester?
I don't know if I put them. No, I didn't. I didn't put them back on the.
So Chester.
Yeah, I think it's on the ignition.
Oh yeah, they're still in the ignition.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, I hold Elise by the hand and turn the ignition and hope that the car fires up.
Okay. I'd love to do the sound effect again, but it wouldn't make any sense because I can't sound like a car, I'm afraid. It kind of revs and it stops. You rev it again? Can't do it.
Give it some gas.
Give it some gas. Meanwhile, Chester, you can hear the car in the barn starting up, and you can just see this. You're still looking at a scarecrow trying to get this water any way it can onto this corn. What would you like to do?
I'll use the axe and say, "You you didn't deserve this fate, and then slam it straight into the creature.
Okay, so as it slams down, Elise, you can hear Colin shouting at you. He's swearing at you, and he's really angry at you. Do you want to say anything back to him?
Just get in the car, Colin. Just come down from there and get in the car as quick as you can. Stop being a bellend.
So you say to him to stop being a bellend, and his expression kind of changes, and he goes to say one last thing to you as a scythe, a very large scythe, slices through the back of his head and pierces out of the front of his head, and he is lifted off of the ladder by an absolutely humongous scarecrow. You recognise it's a scarecrow you saw earlier, but this thing looks a lot bigger, and its smile has turned from a kind of creepy grin to an absolute grimace of pain and agony. Obviously, nothing compared to poor Colin's pain and agony as the lights go out for him. But there is a huge, huge scarecrow. He throws Colin to the side and approaches towards you. DP, what do you want to do?
Funny.
I'm still hoping this car's going to start.
Can you do a luck check for me?
I can. Please God. 0 success, 1 strange.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool, because you just got a quarter past on the Doom clock.
Oh.
So if you have any skills which say once per Doom quarter, you can use it again at this point. So, Chester, as you're running towards the barn, now I take it you're running towards the barn. I'm sorry, just assuming this. You've taken out one of these scarecrows. Are you moving towards the barn?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you go towards the barn, a thick mist has descended. And although there's some light coming in from the window there, and there's a light coming from the obviously all the fire and stuff, it's really hard to see. This is very thick mist that's come in here. It's more fog like fog. So guys, if you're doing anything which is visual, you're going to be a minus on your skill checks. Cool, so you run into the barn and you see behind the wheel DP furiously trying to get this car to start. Elise's head is out the window, kind of looking on in horror, and you can see it's a scarecrow with a floppy hat on. So we're going to kind of go to combat at this point. Even though we're in combat, you can still just say what actions you're trying to do. So if you're trying to start the car or whatever, then do that. But yeah, obviously you've got a very pissed off scarecrow in there. I said that like that so I'd remember not to say skeleton. So there's a big I've been playing so many board games today, my mind's frazzled. So yes, there's a huge scarecrow in there. So I'm going to say DP and Elise, you are first. I'm going to say that Doddy, you are in the middle. And I'm going to say that Mr. Husk is going to be last. And very last is obviously Colin, who's not going to move at all. So DP, what do you want to do?
Is the window up? I'm guessing it is.
Your side is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And where is Mr. Husk at the moment? Is he still standing at the top?
He's kind of behind the car. He's about...
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my plan is to fire the car up and reverse into him, but obviously... so yeah, I mean that's my role at the moment. Just keep on trying to get his car working.
Do a luck roll. Do a barrel roll.
1 success, 0 strange.
The car fires into life. Do you want to do you want to go forward? Do you want to go backwards? What do you want to do?
I'm sticking this boy in reverse and just foot to the floor.
Okay, so
try and run him over.
If you can roll a grit check as you're about to collide with him and brace yourself. And Izzy, could you roll a grit check as well? Because the car is flying into reverse and you need to brace yourself from the impact of hitting a huge scarecrow.
I got 0 success, 1 strange.
Ooh.
I got 0 success, 2 strange, but 3 luck, so I'm going to burn them all.
Okay, cool. So the doom clock moves forward, but yeah. So Izzy at least takes 1 point of damage as she hits her head on the dashboard as you bang into this the creature. You have DP. You have braced yourself for this. So yeah, you've managed to do this. And from the outside, looking in, figuratively and literally, you see Chester, the Mr. Husk, kind of fall backwards into the back end of the barn. What would you like to do, Chester?
While we're doing that, they're going to be a fair bit away from me, aren't they? So I'm going to quickly go to the left where the workshop was, or the right, the other side it was, and I'm going to clump up some material and hay and use the lighter to try and get that going, and just going to start firing in as well.
Okay, do a wits check for me on that, because you're kind of hands shaking a little bit because this guy is pretty scary. This huge skeleton thing.
Which,
Well, you're a proper 80s action hero at the moment.
yeah, always on. 2 success.
Okay, so this thing lights pretty quickly.
Light it, and I'm just going to drop it into a bunch of the hay that's all on the floor.
So meanwhile, in the car, you kind of take a minute whilst you kind of collect your thoughts again. And looking out the rearview mirror, you can't see Mr. Husk. DP, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'm going to assume I knocked him over, so that's why I can't see him. So, I was going to say I'll put the car in first gear, but this is America, isn't it? So I'm going to put it in drive and floor it.
Okay, so
Out the barn.
Out the barn. Okay. Elise, are you happy still being in the car with him?
Yeah, although I'm wondering whether we should try and get Chester as well.
Oh yeah. I wasn't gonna abandon him. Don't worry.
Oh right, okay.
Well, he's outside, isn't he?
No, he's inside. He's in the barn.
Oh, is the thing inside the barn?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was next door.
Sorry. So at the moment you're inside the barn. The actual car is now at the back of the barn, just underneath the hayloft now. Mr. Husk is presumably at the back of the car. Chester has run near the front of the barn. On the inside, there's a little workshop area. He's grabbed some straw and cloth. He's set fire to it and he's chucked it into some hay to try and start a fire. Right. And that has caught.
I thought the workshop was a separate building, so that's my bad. So yeah, I'm gonna.
That's fine, because you never went into the barn before, and I didn't describe it to you. So apologies from my behalf there.
I should have been paying attention there. Yeah, so I'm gonna drive to the front of the barn and yell at Chester to get in.
Okay, tell me the exact words you're going to say to him in this situation. What's DP going to say to Chester to get him in the car?
Get the fuck in the back of this car. We're leaving.
Chester?
Yeah,
he's up for that. Cool. So you leap in and you're going to drive forward, I assume. So you drive out of the barn.
I was going to do a quick check to see where Mr. Husk was, because I'm on the outside looking in. So I was going to see if he was hooked to the back or he was at the back of the barn.
So as you climb into the back of the car, you see Mr. Husk brushing himself down, standing up, and he's about to run towards the car.
Okay, I'll get in the back, and I'm going to get the jerry can and pour the rest of it out of the window.
Nice.
Yes, you can pour it out the window. You just have to do a wits check for me to hold on as the driving begins.
Is anyone else getting severe Terminator 2 vibes now going through this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to toss in my bank luck. So I've got 1 for 1.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, wait. No. I'm going to reroll. Because that could be really bad for me. I'm going to take my reroll again. That's even better. That's 2 successes this time and 1 strange. Not using my luck.
Okay, perfect. So you're able to hold on and you're pouring that stuff outside of the car as it's driving. Bless you.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
The hay.
It's hay fever. Perfect. Okay, so you're driving.
You could say it's a Saturday night fever.
Oh, DP.
DP actually says that, right? Like charming.
Oh, that's a certified map pun. That is.
You drive out of the barn, and as you come out, you can see the fire has really caught in this cornfield, and it's gone in front of the house now and is starting to catch on the house itself. The road, you can't get to the road ahead because this fire is completely in the way. So the only way out is through the rows of corn. Unless you want to get out the car and walk, it's up to you.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I think DP is just concerned about the safety of the people he knows. So although he knows the old woman is in the house, and she's probably going to burn alive, I think that's not really something he's worried about at the moment.
Okay.
So he's just going to... Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
That's his military... that's his weighing up the losses, you know.
Acceptable losses.
So I guess, acceptable losses, exactly.
Okay, so you slam...
okay, we've already lost Colin and Thelma. They're acceptable as well. So yeah, I'm just going to aim for a part of the hay that's not on fire. And just go for it.
Perfect. So you slam into the planted rows of the cornfield, desperately wading through, trying to make it back to the road. Okay, so as you're going through, there's a huge... We're going through a chase at this moment. So basically, I've got a little idea of where Mr. Husk is in comparison to you and where you guys are. And depending on your roles, depends if he's going to catch up with you or not. So, yeah. You come, as you're driving along, you go into a very thick stalks of corn battering against you. DP, can you do a wits check to try and keep the car steady? Elise, could you do a smartness check for me to try to figure out which way DP should be driving? And in the back there, Chester, with the fuel can out the window, can you please do a wits as well, as the road is very... Not the road, but this cornfield is very bumpy.
Okay.
Okay, my wit was 1 success, 0 strange.
Well done, sir.
Oh, and a look. I got a look. I'm gonna use that now as well. So that's 2.
Okay. Easy.
I got 1 success and no strange.
Just know your way around a cornfield, clearly.
But at drama school.
Money well spent.
It's about the only thing I did learn.
I just sent you what I got.
Oh no, is it that bad?
No, it's really good. 2 successes and 3 luck, so I'll cash everything.
Oh man,
Wow.
this guy. Yeah, glad you got him. So you've got your arm kind of wedged in the inside of the car, so there's no way you're coming out that window. And the driving, for rough terrain is going pretty well, and you're going in the right direction, so that's great.
It's all that experience driving jeeps on the battlefield.
Exactly it, yeah. So you're going along full pelt, and you can see in the background, you can see Mr. Husk, and he is running full pelt at you through the bent corn. Can you roll a luck for me, please, Doddy?
Look, been good tonight. Come on. Aha! 1 success, 0 strange. Oh, I've got another luck in the roll. Let's have like 2 success then.
Okay, so the kind of gas that's
No,
coming
that's going to be 1, isn't it? Because that's the one that you've rolled.
Oh yeah.
You're doing a luck roll.
Yeah, luck roll. Sorry, yeah. So just 1.
Just the 1. Okay, so you catch out the corner of your eye that the fire has actually caught onto the fuel, and it's coming up. The stream of gasoline you're pouring out the car, it's coming up towards you, and it zooms past Mr. Husk and is headed towards you in the backseat. Right, can we have another driving check there, DP, to make sure that you can drive on this terrain?
What am I rolling again?
This is wits.
Oh damn! I just got 6 successes on grit.
Oh man!
But anyway, wit. 0 successes, 1 strange, but I got a look. So
You're going to use a success there, okay?
yeah.
Right, so you kind of have there's a rock in the middle of this thing, and you just see it in time to swerve out of the way. Izzy, can you do a smarts check to make sure we're going the right direction now? And by we, I mean you.
0, 0.
Okay, that doesn't sound good, does it? Okay, so you're fairly certain you know you're going in the right direction, and DP's trusting you at this point to direct you where you need to go, so that's great. And can we have one final wits check from you, Doddy?
If I can see the fire coming towards me, can I use this wit check to use it to throw the jerry can?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, you could, if you want to do that, you can do a grit check.
Grit check.
Yeah, see if you can hit him with it.
Yeah, time it well. So the flame catches it and explodes. Yeah. Get my camera out just in time. I've already used my reroll, haven't I? I'll throw that look into it. So it's 2 and a 1.
Okay, right. So, Chester, you see Mr. Husk gaining on you, and you throw the jerry can in his general direction, and you see it splash against him, and the fire race up Mr. Husk, and all 3 of you hear an unearthly howl, something that you never heard before. DP, you're still concentrating on where you're going, and you burst out of the cornfield and barely miss the van which was parked there. Squeaking, you go onto the road, and you can continue driving if you wish, or you could stop and fix your own vehicle.
I mean, we took everything of value out of it, really. There wasn't really anything in there, was there? I think I'm going to continue. I'm going to turn in the direction that we were heading originally, rather than go backwards and go forward.
Okay, so you guys drive off, and the camera fades down towards the corn, and it slowly raises up and looks out towards a farmhouse that is on fire. And there's a light on in the window, and a shape looking out. And it fades to black. Credits roll, and after the credits roll, there is a scarecrow who is slowly stitching together another scarecrow. The other scarecrow, button eyes are placed on its face, and Colin can see Thelma sewing him up, or at least what Thelma is now. And the 2 scarecrows look out at the burnt remains of the farm and walk off into the distance. The end!
Hey. Well, they found each other then.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of sweet in a creepy way. Yeah.
I'm just making this up as I go along. We can all go to our own business now, but I will just ask everyone to say who they are and where you can be found. And we're going to start with Izzy, because I like to put you under pressure as one of my oldest friends.
Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah, so, well, I don't really know that anyone's going to want to follow me, but my Instagram is it's really long and not at all, like, user-friendly. What even is it? It's Isabelle _page_might_be_cat.
And I'll put the link to everyone's. So it's Isabelle page. It might be a cat. I mean, that's perfect. With underscores for the spaces.
Yeah.
And I will. I'll put that in the description below so people can find you and just look at your amazing pictures of you in costumes and just looking ridiculous, which is perfect. Yes. So thanks for that, Izzy. Matt.
You can find the podcast stuff at Togcast, TOGcast on the socials, and offlinegamer.co.uk. And I am on Twitter as QBIE.
Perfect. And Doddy.
I am under Summon Games for pretty much everything, and on Twitch under Summon Games DM.
Perfect. And of course, I am the ever excitable Adam, and you can find me on various different social media platforms. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. It's always Die Rollin. I'm not very very original. And I'm also on TikTok, which is worth a watch if you want to see a man nearing 40 try to do things that shouldn't be a nearly 40-year-old man doing. So yeah, feel free to check that out. That is a car crash waiting to happen. But yeah, so thank you everyone so much for joining in. I've had an absolutely fantastic time. And until next time, guys who are watching, stay safe and die rolling.